Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm a bit sick because it's been quite cold these days, and it was super hot for a couple of weeks, and then it got cold and I was not ready for it. So yeah, I got a little bit sick. But today I'm going to have my April wrap up. So all the books I read in April. There's not many because I haven't read as many books as I wanted to, but I did manage to read at least 5 books, which is my my minimum goal for every month. So let's start with some numbers. So I read 4 books that I started and finished in April. Plus, I finished a book that I started in March, and I read like 80% in April, so I count it as a April book. And then I also started 2 books that I am going to finish in May. So yeah, it was a little confusing in April. Anyway, so I'm going to start with my the first book I finished in April, which I had started in March, is Soulsmith by Will White. So I started this book in March, book 2 in the Cradle series, and I really enjoyed this. I gave this 4.5 stars because it was a little bit slow at the beginning, but I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot more than I did book 1. Book 1 was just really confusing for me. I had no idea what was going on most of the time, and I wasn't a big fan of the main character. So yeah, I didn't really like book 1 that much, but book 2 was really good. The main character is a lot better, and the story is a lot more interesting, and especially the last part of the book, it was really good. I had fun reading it, and I like where the story is going. I like the characters, the group of characters that we have now with the main character. I really like all of them, so yeah, I'm looking forward to read book 3 one day. Next one, the first book I finished in in April, is A Little Knowledge by Emma Newman. This is book 4, the series called The Split Words, and I talked about this already. And this book was so far the weakest one, even though I liked it. The second half of this book was really good, but the first half was really boring. I was really bored, and I thought, oh no, I'm going to DNF this series after 4 books, because I was just not interested at all. And the main character, I mean, we get 4 different POVs, but the main one, which is Katie's, was always my favorite. Book 1, 2, 3 was my favorite, and this one, the first half, I really did not like Katie at all. She was just, I like her character. I definitely agree with her ideas, what she wants to do, the fact that she wants to change this society where women are basically like objects. I totally agree with her, and I want her to succeed. I want her to win. But sometimes in this 4th book, she's a little too reckless, and she does things and says things that have consequences, or might have consequences, not just for herself, because that, I mean, it's her choice, right? But for other women as well. I mean, if you know a man is mistreating his wife, you don't go to him and tell him, oh, I know what you're doing to your wife, you should stop right now. Like, of course nothing is going to change, and that might even make things worse for the woman. So I totally agree with trying to save the woman and get her out of the house. That's totally fine, but why would you go and say something like that to this man who is you already know he doesn't like you, and it's a very public event, so you're embarrassing him, and it's not going to make things easier for the woman, I think. So that was just a little annoying at times, but she got better. Second half of the book, I was liking her again, so that's good. But yeah, definitely the weakest book in the series for now. Next one, I have it here, and that is Rise of the Ranger. I talked about this already multiple times. I talked about this, I made a vlog, I made a review, so I'm not going to say much, but yeah, I definitely enjoyed this one, and I think this is my favorite book of April. So yeah, definitely enjoyed it. You should read it as well and watch my review later, or I don't know if it's already uploaded. And next one is a romance that I forgot to download the cover. The romance is called Dear Love, I Hate You, and it's a dark romance, which I have my notes here. A dark romance which was alright. It wasn't the greatest romance novel that I ever read. It was alright. The romance itself was kind of cute and sweet, but the story was not. It wasn't super interesting, and I give it 3 stars or 3.5 stars because I mean, I enjoyed it, I had fun reading it, but it wasn't great. So it's definitely not something I would recommend people to read. But yeah, it's basically these two characters who start writing to each other using like a textbook, and they don't know who the other person is, but they're writing to each other. They leave letters in this textbook, and yeah, it was cute but not great. So moving on, the next book I read is Cinder by Marissa Meyer, and I'm going to have a review for this one. This one was a lot better than I thought it would be. I thought it would be like a 3 stars, especially the first chapter was really bad because I'm not a fan of love at first sight, and that's what this book is, at least for the romance part. But the romance is not that important. It's in the background. Like, the story is more important. I'm going to have a review for this one. I'm going to talk about what I liked, what I didn't like, but definitely this was a lot better than I thought it would be. I gave it 4 stars, and I'm definitely going to continue the series. Plus, I just love this cover art. It's just so pretty, really like. And there's also this one. Anyway, yeah, definitely going to continue this series. And these are all the books that I started and finished. And then next one, I have books that I did not finish, but I started them in April. And one is The Last Kingdom, and I also talked about this before. I made a vlog, and you can see it very well. And yeah, I'm liking this one. It's just a little slow, and I'm not in the right I don't know, I'm not in the right mood for it, I guess. I just feel like the chapters are really long, and it's really slow. Nothing really happens. I mean, a lot of stuff happens, but what makes it slow is also that there aren't many dialogues. You know, characters are not interacting with each other a lot, so it's kind of slow. But I'm liking it, and it's really, the prose, the writing style is really good. So definitely going to finish it. And then another book that I started, this one yesterday. It's called Under the Oak Tree, and this one was originally a web novel. I think the author is Korean, but I might be mistaken. And it's a web novel, and it was made into a book. It's weird. It's really, really weird in my opinion. And I mean, it's alright. It's not, I would not recommend it to people. You can definitely tell that this is meant to be like a graphic novel, or you know, visual, not a book, because I don't know how to explain this, but you can just tell the way it's written. You know, you can, the characters are doing something, and then all of a sudden they're doing something else, and there's no smooth, I don't know, I don't have the word, it doesn't move, the transition, that's the word I'm looking for. Transitions are not smooth, so you do not understand what is going on sometimes. And there is a lot of dialogue and not much narration, and the story is just really strange. And it, I mean, it reminds me of, you know, Korean dramas or Japanese dramas, which I don't like. If you like them, that's great. I don't like them because to me they're just really awkward and just strange storylines. So yeah, that's the kind of thing this book is, and I'm not really liking it, but I'm definitely going to finish it because I mean, it's short. It's like 200 pages and it's really quick. So yeah, I'm definitely going to finish it in May. And that's it. So the best book of the month was Rise of the Ranger, followed by Soulsmith, and then I'll probably put Cinder. I haven't read a lot, but these are the books I read. So let me know in the comments, have you read any of them? What did you think? Should I continue with some of this series? And also let me know what you read in April and what was your best book of the month. And thank you for watching. See you next time.